What's not wonderful is when you have kids that don't have all these options. Certain kids that are coming out of the foster care system. I mentioned that, when my time with Governor Chris Christie's administration, I worked with the Department of Children and Families. And for a while I was overseeing part of the adoptions office. And it was eye-opening to see some of the challenges that these kids face. And when you have, it's hard enough for kids that have a mom and a dad, hard enough for kids that have just a single parent. But it's even harder for kids that are coming out of a very difficult situation. And technology plays such a big role in these things. And that's what I was talking about before, where you have an organization that actually teaches kids about technology to equip them to be entrepreneurs, to make money on their own, to promote their own poetry, to create their own music and sell that music online, and to really, participate in the free market, to benefit from the economy and from technology as a whole. And the organization is called Techie Youth. And they have an event coming up. We're going to talk about that. But I want to introduce you to the founder, the executive director of Techie Youth. His name is Eric David Benari. And here's a guy, he was a CTO, a C-suite employee, a chief technology officer. He worked with an organization that was part of Yahoo.com and gave all of that up to dedicate himself to dealing with kids in the inner city and say, you know what, we're going to help these kids and give them the tools they need so they can make it on their own. So Eric David Benari, welcome to the program.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing great. So I want you to explain to the audience a little bit about, the impetus of why you started Techie Youth.
So some 6 or 7 years ago, I was having a random conversation with a caseworker from foster care. And I had at that time really known nothing about it, about foster care or what happens. And she introduced me to the most common outcome for youth when they reach their age of emancipation, when they are no longer eligible for foster care benefits. And literally, statistically, nearly all of them go homeless. And the ones who don't generally become incarcerated, trying to make ends meet illegally because they have no financial skills to actually earn money legitimately. Right. So this just broke my heart. And I said to myself, I got to do something about this. At the time I was like CTO running a startup. And I said, can we apply technology to fix this problem? And I passed it by several CTO associates of mine who said, yeah, let's figure something out. And they became the co-founding team.
What is the current mission of Techie Youth?
Our current mission changed substantially after the pandemic, and we are right now trying to teach youth how they can earn money independently while working remotely from anywhere that they are. They got a computer, they can make money. That's our goal. Prior to the pandemic, we were teaching youth how they can become computer support technicians and other IT jobs that were the stepping stone to work their way up to become CTOs. But the world changed, and now remote jobs is the new hot thing. We also shifted our mission a little bit. Our core mission is always to help foster youth, but New York City asked us, can we also help homeless youth and kids out of juvenile justice systems and every other form of at-risk youth imaginable? And we, of course, said yes. And fast forward to 2021, and we have 3,000 youth in our program. So it was, that's just an enormous amount of students.
And with 3,000 youth and about 100 of them set to accept or receive free laptops. And this is, I know it's happening this Monday. You've got 100 youth that you're going to be giving laptops to. Tell us a little bit about that. And we have about 2 minutes, so keep it as brief as you can.
Sure. So basically, a lot of the youth are doing this, are performing their remote studies by telephone. And it's a problem because a lot of these careers do require computer usage. So we reached out to 2 organizations that donated to us laptops. And they have given us about 100 or so laptops, a little over. And we're going to start distributing them to youth. And if it works out, we're going to do it again. And then we're going to get more laptops and keep giving them away. But basically, the youth need these computers to start their careers in tech and be financially stable and productive. And all the youth who are getting the laptops are either homeless or in foster care or have some other extreme life situation.
And again, you're doing all of this, honestly, as a nonprofit. You started this as a nonprofit. How are you able to provide all of these things? What is it that you're doing to be able to bring this to the community?
So we have several philanthropists who are basically supporting us, and we need a lot more donations. The most famous one is Craig Newmark, the Craig of Craigslist. But we need a lot more help because we could grow a lot more. We operate on about 5% of the typical budget for a charity serving 3,000 constituents with this degree of hands-on assistance. Our program is 150 hours long for each youth. It's we really do have a lot of interaction with them, and it's pretty hard to provide that to 3,000 youth on our budget. So we need more. I mean, it's an ongoing challenge at Techie Youth.
Well, thank you, Eric David Benari, founder, executive director of Techie Youth, techieyouth.org. If you guys want to support the cause, go check them out, techieyouth.org. It's a great cause, and we appreciate that. Thanks for calling in today. And I think this is just so emblematic of what we have going on right now in the world. There are problems, and then there are problem solvers. And I think each of us, it's incumbent upon us to become a problem solver. It's important for us to make sure that we're out there doing the things that are necessary, like Eric David Benari, like people that operate Techie Youth and the people donating to Techie Youth, to help them so that they can move forward with helping these kids. Because again, kids have a challenge irrespective, whether it's the indoctrination that they face in school, whether it's not even having a chance to go to school. So, I mean, these are the things I think we need to be cognizant of and remember that, not to be very cliche, but like Gandhi, be the change that we want to see in this world. Anyway, until I'm with you again, my name is Rich Valdes, Valdes with an S, at Rich Valdes on all of the social media. If you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. The only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for you to do nothing. So make sure you do something. Until the next time, hasta la próxima. I'm Rich Valdes, and it's been my pleasure. Talk Radio 1210 WPHT.
Well, that's all for my WPHT Philadelphia interview. That was really fun to do. I love doing these things. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate the time you spend on my videos. Please like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.